Okay, so welcome again. Thank you so much for joining this session, Azure Databricks with machine learning live session 8 p.m. And let's revise in what exactly we have done in previous session. Uh, we have covered regression in Python using Python AutoML API. In previous session we have done, and in today's session we will see ML related task like more ML algorithm and forecasting. What kind of forecasting with time series dataset we can import, so we can deal with this type of dataset. But before going moving forward with this type of data set, let's revise what we have done in previous session. We have seen that compute resource is consisting of this library section where we can include our libraries, install our custom libraries if it is not there, if it is not showing anything. But these Spark related libraries, TensorFlow, uh, like these basic libraries are already installed if you are using ML based cluster. What do you mean by basic libraries? For example, sklearn, TensorFlow, PySpark, AutoML, or Matplotlib, Seaborn. These are already installed there. Okay, you can go here and you can install new libraries. For example, this py option is there. You can find multiple options there. If you want to import through ADLS, then you can go back here. If you want to install manually py, you just name it. It will install in your local cluster as well. Then we just enable dbfs from setting and then upload that telco data set. It's written housing.csv. That's not our data set. We are importing telco customer churn.csv from our local device to Databricks file system. Then, if you want to see or cross check your experiments, your running condition, your status of your model, so you can go back here, experiment, and this will depict entire scenario there, entire status of your part. Okay. Now, if you want to explore regression, so this will build a regression model using AutoML. This is drag and drop option, although we know this is also including our Python library as well. Using Python you can create your own model, like you can train your own data set, custom data set, but it will give best model out of it. So we had explore regression, and then later on, if I click on this one, later on you can create table through Python code in Hive Metastore that would be stored in Hive catalog. So by default, it's a store in Hive Metastore. But if you want to import or ingest through another catalog, another schema, you can mount that part, and then you can go back to your training data set. This would be experiment configuration. You can browse your training dataset here and there, browse your table, I would say. Then before running this dataset, you will have to mount your table to your local managed table in your Databricks file system. And for this regression, you will have to create a schema first and foremost. So this schema will be there, and for the respective timeline, respective column name, you will have that schema name. So these column names are different, but you must have include your column names and respective data types. Then it will save a step table in your local catalog, local schema, so that you will have same you can run your SQL query on your table, and you can find your data set there. Till here, any question, any query?
Yes, Sachin. So, Sachin, we
Yes.
have the two systems for the creating the catalog, via the Unity catalog and second by the Hive meta store. So, in which
Mm.
particular condition we have to be go for Hive and for Unity?
So Hive is by default location. If you won't provide any catalog or anything, it will be there in it will locate. It will be mapped in Hive Metastore. But
Okay,
that is suggested that you will have to create your own catalog. Why I'm saying so? Because whenever we are using our catalog, so it will use our metastore. So we are using our metastore. Whenever you are using your metastore, which means you are using Unity catalog feature. This Unity catalog feature is very important in order to integrate other terms. Like there are so many benefits of Unity catalog. So means you are having governance related issues. For example, you have three different environment. What are these three different environments? These are dev, test, and production. You have dev, test, and prod. Production, development, and test. So in these three environment, you have different credentials, different tables, different schema, different catalog. So using Unity catalog, you have single portal, single dashboard to manage all these three environments. So there are several regions we use Unity catalog.
okay,
Okay, so it is
okay,
always as advised or will advised that you must use your Unity catalog. You will have to create your Unity catalog. You must use your this one
So by any
meta
chance, if you
student.
missed to create any catalog, so automatically it will be stored in our Hive meta store, and from where we have to pick up data.
Just wait. Can you say it again?
Yeah, so I'm telling, suppose in case we missed to add our catalog, I mean an underline of Unity catalog, so automatically all my data would be stored in Hive meta store.
Yes.
Correct.
If
And
you will not mount, so what
yeah,
do I
okay.
mean by mount? Just wait. Yes, means if you remember that code, like that command we used. For example, we use schema,
Yes, 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 yes.
right? So use
Yes, yes.
schema that dev. So dev catalog is there. So I will have to use schema that. Or there was another command called use catalog and that catalog name. For example, this is test catalog name or
Yes,
DevOps
yes.
catalog. So eventually, if you won't use this catalog or schema, it will be mounted as in Hive Metastore. But that's a very new practice. In real scenarios, in ground reality, we use our Unity catalog feature, which is
Okay,
related to Delta catalog. So why we use Delta? Because in Delta format, the read operation is very less as compared to CSV, as compared to Parquet, as compared to Arvo, as compared to this one text file, or as compared to Parquet. Anything, this Delta is having less read operation time, and compression is also very less, very high when you are using this Delta format. So whenever we are using Unity catalog, so this is also supporting Delta file format.
okay. Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so these are
Yeah.
all buzzwords in for interviews for your certification point of view, that which format having less reading time. So Delta is one of them out of Parquet, Arvo, or CSV, text, or anything.
All right. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go back to our. table. So we have created this table, and then we can see this will be in your catalog. Here we will have our uh, catalog. Here we will have schema or database. Schema, database, both are synonyms to each other. Under this umbrella, we will have this table. And on top of this, if you will expand this as setting button, means you this option, you will find your meta store, which is kind of Unity catalog. Now, once you have trained your regression model, you can see this would be there. You can include your, you can exclude some column names. For example, you don't want to use customer ID. You don't want to use customer name. So you can exclude these columns from here. Uncheck these button. These columns will not forward with your training part. Also, you can change this experiment name. You can change your prediction target as well. We have seen all these things in our previous sessions. Now you can check your status. Your training part will be there. Your experiment will have, and so many other things are also there. So you will have your models. You will have your R2 score. You will have your different models. Those are trained in different sections. Here you can see your chart view and your different status. Training may take more than 25 minutes, or if your data is very less, so it may take 5 to 10 minutes as well. So you can expand your training part as well. You can search for different parameters. These are all hyper parameter we are going to include, and on the basis of these hyper parameters, they are showing this one, this test score. You can click on any of model name below. You will find their features, their code, right? So here you will have to explore these options: evaluation results, artifact traces, system matrix overview, and so on. Can you see? This will show all your MLflow model. Any question till here?
No, Sachin. It was-
Okay, so um, here. Okay, we had also explored this Python API where we have AutoML regression part. If you want to run in this cell, go to experiment tab and check all your running models. We have explored these things in past sessions. This experiment all. Okay, let's go back to our code part. Here, do I have compute resource? Here it is ready in running condition. It's having runtime of 16.4 ML machine learning, and when I explore my workspace, it's consisting of several. Move to trash. Okay, let's Let me check this forecasting structure death COVID-19. Yes, Databricks UI. Okay, space. Trash. Okay, so I'm going to create a new notebook. With this new notebook, I'm going to create this auto forecasting Python API code. For this, I'm going to open my catalog, and in this catalog, I'm going to upload data set. This is telco customer churn. So I'm going to delete it from this one, and I'm going to upload my data set. Browse. This would be part 6. Okay, browse. And done. Now, if I open this file, can you see what's the difference between this file and the previous one? In this file, I just added this new column. This is consisting of date. Why did I add this column? Anyone having any idea? Why we need to add this date column? It was not present in previous CSV file.
It may be due to forecasting about the future prediction with timeline basis.
Yes, that's correct. Because we in previous file we didn't have any column which is based upon date. If you explore to the right, extreme right as well, you won't find any column which is related to text here. So I had to add this column with this date format. Now with this date column, I'm going to copy this path, copy, close it, and going to paste this address. So this address will have all my file. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll ingest my data set. Okay. So first I need to ingest my data set. So what I'll do, I'll import PySpark dot pandas as ps, and we'll create a new data set. With this ps, I'm going to read csv with this address, and then this date format, which is date column is there. I will have to convert to ps to date time. So this is typecasting. Okay. If any error is there, so I'll have to remove that error, and then eventually I'll have to display my data set. That would be df. So first I imported my basic library PySpark, or PySpark.pandas. Then through this pandas, I just read my file, and I'll have to remove this dbfs, and then file store this telco churn, and then I'll have to import this data set here. Any question till here? Can you see it's reading our data set properly? Okay, so when I go back here, if I write this text, so the parameter error occurrence is commonly used with pandas function like pd.numerical or pd.datetime to handle invalid parsing. For example, if any invalid field is there, invalid record is there, so it will parse that record as well. So I just convert you to date time. Can you see this is showing date time timestamp data frame. Others are showing string numbers and their respective values, but here we have date time columns. All right. Now I'll have to count my rows. So what I'll do, I'll write df.count. Then this will display how many records do we have. So we have these many of number records. If you want to display names of columns, so df dot columns, just hit run, you will find all column names here. Now describe statistical features. So we have df dot describe and then hit run. On the given data set, we have date, senior citizen, tenure. Why only 5 columns are showing? Why not rest? Why other columns are not showing? Anyone in this statistical features?
So
So
when
what
you do
we
the describe
Okay,
actually,
so what we have done in this file till now, we have ingest our data set through our file store, which is consisting of date column as well. Then we convert this date column to our date format. What will happen if you won't write this second line? You won't parse into two date, or you will not cast date time. So what will happen? Let's see. I'm going to run this cell and going to import my data set. Can you see it's showing date, but something is not feasible. Can you see this might be string or this might be some other column. So in order to convert into date respective column, I just parse into to date time format. And errors chorus means if anything unusual or that's not accepting, you can convert into that format as well. So this is commonly used in pandas function. You have invalid parsing, so it will cover up that parsing also. Later on we count our rows, so we have df.count displaying all features numbers, displaying columns df.columns, then we are going to status feature. Yes, who was giving that response? Why this statistical feature is showing only 5 columns? Why not other columns? Though we have other columns as well.
Due to non-numeric value.
Yes, exactly. So here we have columns where we have non-numerical values as well. If you go up, you will find gender, partner, dependents. These are categorical columns. These are not numerical columns. Therefore, statistical feature or describe function is showing only numerical features only. Now, let's import libraries, prerequisite libraries. Prerequisitive libraries. So with this prerequisitive library, I'm going to import Databricks dot AutoML and then import login and hit run. So you don't need to run that code, that pip install AutoML and all. That's already installed in your data cluster. Okay. So I'm going to run this login cell if you want to show, if you want to ignore any warnings or something, right? Now I'm going to define my summary. So train my data set for forecasting model. Okay, so what would be the training part? This would be summary. Databricks.automl will include my forecasting. Previously it was regression, and in a similar way you will find your classification as well. Then df is my data set, and this target column is my tenure. So what is tenure here? If you go back here, this is tenure which I want to predict through this date column. So time column is what? Date. So if you go back here, so what's your time column header is here? This header is not named as date. So I'm having date column. Origin is 30, frequency D, and parametric is mped, mdep, and output database is default, and timeout minutes is 15. So this would be trained for 15 minutes only. Otherwise, else it will time out from your training part. We have done the same step in our regression and previous sessions as well. Now, if you want to explore this term, you will have to go for your AI ML section and click on this experiment. You will find your tenure global temperature. If you look at this time here, what's the time here? This is right now 30th July 2025, and this is current time here. So if I open it, dive into this section, it's a training my data set. We are getting things ready for training. So many other models are training here. Anyone, any question? Okay, what other terms we can explore in this experiment value? Okay, let's say I want to explore this one, Python file through this portal. How would I do that? How would I retrieve that Python notebook through this experiment feature, experiment tab?
So it may be give the particular best model upon which this particular data need to be going to train.
Mhm.
So, I mean, underwood of this particular notebook, it will give the better option of
Hmm.
the model. Is it
Hmm.
going to be go for proper execution to train our data?
Here we have notebook data exploration part. Here
Yes.
we have AutoML part. If you will go, can you see Arima Prophet? If you are aware about this timeline experiment, this is Arima and all.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
If I
So,
show,
Sachin, so what is the meaning of this particular parameter under this bracket like horizon, frequency, primary,
which one in this here?
yeah, horizon, frequency, primary metric.
Origin frequency primary metrics might be just let me show this. These might be inbuilt
Sajin, one
method.
quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in yesterday's class, also today. So, are you going to upload this piece of code, pseudocode, into the portal?
Yes, I already. If you go back here in your code file section, you will find part two AutoML regression Databricks Python API AutoML. It was already uploaded. Yesterday only I uploaded this.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Now I'm going to upload. That would be homework for each one of you. I'm going to upload this file. Name is classification. So AutoML classification using Python API, because we didn't explore this classification term. We explored regression, then we directly came to forecasting. We didn't discuss classification. So I'm going to upload this classification. This is homework for you guys. You just download this Python API and try by it yourself. Part 3 AutoML classification using Python API. I'm going to save this course. So once it is completed, we will have to print summary. That's it. I'm going to export this file as well. Export and going to upload as a part 4. So I'm going to upload this file in same portal. Go to download section, AutoML forecasting, Python API, upload, and allow me to change this name. This would be part 4. So what's the best practice for this one, for these files? How would you like check your knowledge? Best practice is you just test these files over your data set. You just create your data set and then try to forecast as per your knowledge, how you can train this parameters, how you can obtain this result and all. Okay, so I'm going to paste it here. Can you see these are all parameters? Horizon is equal to 30. So this is for forecasting horizon, number of future timestamp. So how many, for example, days. So if that data set is date, time, and all, so this would be 30 days. Did I answer your query? This is first argument.
Yes, yeah.
In a similar way, if you have worked on Power BI, it will showing that years. If your data set is in year, so that if this horizon is equal to 3, means you are forecasting for next 3 years. Frequency D times series. Frequency D stands for daily data. Other values are H, hourly, weekly, and monthly. So this is inbuilt feature, inbuilt arguments, I would say, parameters. Primary metrics, MDEP, primary evaluation metrics for model selection, mean directional absolute percentage error, useful for time series accuracy. So the gap between actual and predicted one you need to calculate. Of course, there would be some other. If you go for theory part, you will find some other parameters as well. So for that, the primary metric would be different. Output data base default means the name of the output storage or database used to store in Azure or Databricks. Timeout, the maximum amount of time allowed for experiment and training. Here we have validation and all these respective terms. If you want to explore these experiments, these data set, you can go back here and let's print the summary. You will find your experiment ID and number and trials and all. Let's explore this updated file. Export and go for this course builder. Remove older file and oh, yes, file, open, load. Use your data set to test this forecasting model. Is that clear? I'm forecasting Python AI download. Anyone? Any question?
No, Sachin. Yeah.
Okay.
So Sachin,
Let
so in this
yes.
part, so how we are gonna to be predicted this is our output, and accordingly we are just going to be assuming this is our output and that is a forecast result. So how can you gonna to be read accordingly we can understand here?
How we can go for read? Can you say
I
it
mean,
again?
what could be the possible? Suppose we are getting the all those metrics.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how can we elaborate that this is our output in terms of the user-friendly terms? So how can we elaborate this part?
Actually, you
Because
must have knowledge about these error and terms. These are all theoretical part. You are asking about these terms, these metrics.
no. These are we are getting as a output in a numerical term. But if we are telling this result to customer, okay, whoever is gonna to be
Oh,
asked
you
about
want
of this.
to test
So
this
how
model?
can we elaborate them? Yeah, how can we elaborate this particular numeric answer in a user-friendly term to our customer? So how can
No,
we write that term?
I would suggest in my company as well, personally,
Mm-hmm.
we do not display these terms to our customer because they are very noob kind of
Yes. That's
users.
why I'm asking.
Yes, no, we do
Yeah.
not. We do not. In realistic, we do not. This is
Okay.
for all for research part or for blogging part or for dive down. But if you want to show in realistic ground reality in realistic manner or to your customer or for any dashboarding part, we do not
Mhm.
discuss.
So, Sachin, so I need to be understand from you. Suppose if we got this particular data, like about of the NDEP 0.500, maybe after the training data, we are getting some kind of the information. So, how you will try to be elaborate? Because I need to be some glimpses that how can we write this particular output in a proper layman term or any kind of the convenience way to be guide the customer at
You
that
want
moment.
to
Yeah, this
explore
is the.
this one, these parameters?
Yeah, any of the parameter, whatever we are getting as output, as
You
per the
just
applicable rule.
search these. You just search these parameters on Google, you will find their formula and their mathematical notation. Is your question
Okay.
related to this specific error or something?
No. Actually, maybe possible. What am I
In
asking?
upcoming
Suppose,
session, what we will do, we will once we have trained on this model, and we will test this model as well.
yeah. Now you see that this is our output.
Mhm.
In a very last cell, yeah.
This one,
So this is the overall summary. Okay, so we just to check that we have the number of trials and we have got this particular,
valuation matrix
yes,
distribution.
yes. So how can we treat this particular kind of the matrices to convince our customer that this is our output? But because
No,
customer ultimately we can't be go for the numeric data, it will ask for the some kind of the summary kind of the data that
no,
need.
no. We
Okay.
we I would advise that we do not discuss these parameter to your customer, because he might be from MBA background or civil or mechanical background or management background,
Yes,
so he
exactly.
won't be understand the technical terms.
Yes.
What is advisable? Just display only one error, like either mean square error, or choose select any one error parameter
Oh,
matrix.
okay,
Only
okay,
one.
okay.
Display that matrix at your dashboard, that this one is the error and this is the ideal number. For example, let's say I'm not sure what is the ideal number of this root mean square. There should be 98%, but for us it's showing 25 4.19, so this is very low. So you can state that as per given data set, our training process is very low, so we are achieving very low, very high error, that is 24, and if it will be approaching 0, this would be depicting very low error. So in this simple statement you can explore or illustrate for your customer.
Yeah. Okay. Yes,
That is
these are the
only
my
solution.
yes. I got it.
Okay.
These are the my question
Okay.
actually. Yeah,
Okay. So
got it.
moving ahead. Moving ahead, I want to display something else. I'm going to going back to my workspace. This is file which I explore through this Databricks. If you explore this one, this open this notebook, you will find this notebook here based upon your best model. This is Profit, Arima, and all. And here we have validation MDEP, and everything is showing here. Now, here, this is profit training, and everything is there. Loading data set, tenure, aggregate data, time column, and here we have other parameters. All these analysis prediction model. Here you can see this is analyzing, and here we are checking this model, and you can predict your model for giving. Can you see this is showing our result, our graph for the basis of given model? Can you see this is showing my
Yes,
yearly,
Sachin.
weekly, and trends? If you show the predicted result, this is showing the daily basis and yearly basis. So you can display these graphs to your customer. That would be very feasible. Okay. So allow me to show one thing here. Here I'm going to open this workspace. In this workspace, here I'm going to import uh, 0 to TP already leave in today. 6 we didn't import that file. Oh, my bad. I'll have to open collab. Let's say I do not want to import my data set through my DBFS. Here I am going to import my data set through my local storage or through my ADLS Gen 2 or Google storage or Amazon S3. So I do not want to import from there. Rather, I'm having my GitHub profile. My data is on my GitHub profile. So what I'll do, I'll locate my GitHub profile. Allow me to show that GitHub profile. Here we have CSV files. Inside this one, I have already uploaded this telco customer churn.csv. If you open this raw link, this is showing your public domain. In this public domain, public URL, you have your CSV file, that is telco customer churn dataset. So I just click here and going down here, I just paste this public URL. Okay. Now what I'll do, I'll Control A, Control C. I'll run this code, directly import my data set through GitHub. This is going to remove all the respective previous file. It will make directly in my DBFS, and with this widget, I am able to create this CSV file. Let's say this one is customer.csv, and this is my address, public URL. If you can copy this one, you can delete old one and replace it. And let's run. Once you have run this code, which means you have imported your dataset through GitHub profile, GitHub link, that is public URL. When you are going to open your catalog, your DBFS, ML lab, can you see this is address, respective address? Can you see ML lab and then customer.csv? Can you see this customer.csv is there, right? So here you have mapped your data set not from directly from DBFS, but you have mapped your data set through GitHub profile as well. Is that connecting? If you want to read that CSV file, you can read that CSV file through this customer.csv. I'm going to copy this CSV file. This is alternate solution for ingesting your data set. Can you see? Now I can display this data set here. Is that connecting? Okay, so this is alternate solution. Anyone, any question? If no, then I'm going to bind this session here. With this part, you just go through this code file where we have part 4 AutoML forecasting Python, and you just insert your data set and test this forecasting model. Okay. Thank you so much for joining this session. Do we have still any query? I'm open to discuss that question. Snehil, is your problem resolved regarding joining this session? You have that portal related issue?
Yes, Sachin. Yeah, it is right.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, thank you so much.